guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm back with those painted book pages that we did in a previous video. I don't know when that video would have been up, you know, in comparison to this video. But what I have done, I've just lined them with some other paper on the inside and then just folded them over and just created some very super basic junk journal envelopes. So, you know, I've done these types of envelopes with you guys before, and, you know, I'm sure you've seen other people do these types of envelopes. You know, they're super basic, literally just a kind of, you know, fold up. And then all I've done is stitched around, you know, the three edges there. So yeah, I'm absolutely loving how they look. Now, I had to say, I had a bit of problems with my sewing machine and the thread was constantly breaking. So this one, for instance, I've got multiple threads hanging from it because I had to keep on rethreading the machine. Probably user error. I suspect, you know, I've obviously done something completely wrong, whether I have, I don't know, threaded it wrong or something. Oh, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, but yeah, I had to keep on rethreading it. So what should have taken me like 5 minutes took me about 25 minutes. So very, very frustrating, and luckily I was not doing that as part of the video. So yeah, I've had to obviously make those off camera. But it's all done now, so they are just literally, you know, folded over, like I say, and just stitched. Now, I've lined them with very pretty papers to give a bit of contrast and, you know, make them look extra lovely. So yeah, this one obviously with the green, just lined it with my Botanical Collections paper there. This one I just lined with the neutral collage backgrounds, as I did with this one. So they look very, very pretty, don't they? That one again was the Botanical Collections, and this one actually was a page from the Birdhouse collection papers. Not part of the collections, but just Birdhouse papers. So I have brought along some bits and pieces to actually decorate them with. Now, some of the things that I've brought along are, for instance, these butterfly trims, and I thought these would be really, really pretty on these. Now, these are... what's the word? They're not really bulky, but they're thicker than I would perhaps definitely ordinarily use because they've got these pearls on here. So just to kind of show you, I mean, it's not really, really bulky, but obviously they are a little bit lumpier than I would, you know, would like. So what I'm going to do, these are double layered butterflies. And what I'm going to do is just take these pearls out or off. So sometimes these come off really easily, as, wow, thank goodness they are today now, which is unbelievable because normally, you know, you'd be doing a video and they'd be like the most problematic ones. But yeah, these have come out very, very easily. And then you can get to this little metal kind of divot thing that's been holding them in. So just take that out. And then what you've got is obviously two completely separate butterflies. So, you know, again, when you buy things like what's the word, trims and things like that, don't be restricted into how you use them, or as to how you use them, because actually you don't have to use them as they come. You know, you can easily kind of take things apart in most cases. I'm not saying always, but you know, in a lot of cases you can take things apart and then you'd be able to use them slightly differently. So yeah, let's move these out the way and we'll do kind of one envelope obviously at a time. So I'm just going to use these with this one. I mean, like I say, I think it just looks absolutely gorgeous exactly how it is. But I'm just going to have a look and see if we want anything else on there. So I've got some of my shoe printables here. So that one, for example, we might like to have something like that on here. Now, these are my shoe toppers. I have got my shoes set 1, and then I've also got these shoe toppers, which is a kind of like set 2 of the shoes. So it's similar, but you get shoes in different colours, and you get shoes in a couple of different sizes, some of them, and you also get a whole bunch of framed shoes, which I absolutely love using framed pieces in my junk journals because they just make it very, very easy to bring things together. So I'm just having a quick sort out and seeing whether I've got any in bigger size here. Hold on, because I've printed them off. Yeah, I've printed them off in different sizes, and now of course I don't have any bigger. would you believe? Oh, that's just typical, isn't it? So yeah, right, we will ignore the fact that I haven't got any bigger ones. So let's pull in these instead. So these are my vintage toppers. And maybe we will use one of these instead. So I'm just going to take this one. So, and again, these you've got various sizes, and you've also got some absolutely gorgeous background pages in this particular collection. So I think it comes with 5 or 6 background pages, and they are so pretty. They coordinate quite nicely with a lot of the collections papers, and also with the shoe toppers that I just mentioned, you know, along with other things, obviously. So yeah, they're quite a handy one to have in your, you know, in your selection. And I just love having toppers. I know I talked about this recently, but you know, toppers really do make things very easy to pull together. I know not everybody who makes journals requires a focal point, and you know, wow, that's fantastic. If you know, if you can make journals and not require a focal point, then that's amazing. For me, I really struggle when I don't have a focal point, because I feel like it's almost missing something. But you know, we each kind of have our own styles, don't we? And when I look back, my earlier things that I used to, you know, make, I seemed to feel happier without having focal points. The focal point for me seems to have been a more recent thing. You know, so yeah, I mean, maybe our style just evolves, or perhaps this is just a phase, I don't know. But definitely for me, I feel like things do need, you know, a focal point generally. I mean, I'm not saying always, but I very much feel, you know, I lean towards having to have a focal point. So just taking this white lace. Now this might be really a bit too white for this, but we shall see. So I'm kind of thinking maybe even across the envelope flap like that. And then if we had the butterfly here. Now I've also got the pink butterflies, and I've also got these, which I think these are lilac really, but you can't really kind of see in this light that they're lilac. They look just like white, but yeah, they're actually lilac. So I'm just going to take the pearls off this one as well. Okay. And like I say, just by doing this, it gives you a little bit more options for these, because sometimes I think just with those pearls, they're a little bit too bulky to actually put inside a journal. And therefore, I'd limit these to more using on the cover. So, you know, by just taking them apart, I feel like it makes them a little bit more usable, you know, generally everywhere. So, yeah, I quite like the look of that. Now, what do we want to have on here? Still not 100% sure about that white lace. And I don't know about you guys, but I think if things don't really grab you straight away, it's probably because you're going to find something better. I'm not saying every time, you know, that's like a hard and fast rule, because of course, you know, there are times when, you know, you sort of go back and think, oh, actually that does look good. But I think generally, if you're not happy, it's, you know, it's because you've not really found the right thing yet, and you're going to find something that you prefer. So I'm just going to ink this up like that. Okay. Now these painted book pages, obviously when I've lined them, I'm just going to show you inside, I've not gone right down to the bottom. I've just lined it across to there. And it's just with slightly thicker than copy paper thickness. So, you know, it's still quite flimsy paper. So I haven't kind of compromised the nice soft feel. Obviously, these have been painted, not solidly, but dabbed on, which again, you know, you may or may not have seen my original video where we painted these, but it gives these the most beautiful texture. They feel absolutely lovely to hold. Very, very, very soft. And yeah, I just really absolutely love them. They feel a little bit like the painted magazine pages, which I know I've talked about lots of times, how much I love to use the painted magazine pages. They feel very similar to that. And yeah, they just, you know, become very tactile when they're painted. So I used for these, what do you call them? Coffee table type books. So they weren't necessarily, you know, what I would describe as glossy pages, but they weren't the porous pages of sort of like a, you know, what I would say like a novel would be. They were, yeah, not glossy, but definitely coated with a smooth surface rather than a porous surface, which I just think actually, you know, makes the painting really lovely, because they then do take on the texture of like magazine pages. I mean, to be honest, they probably, yeah, that would probably sum them up. They pretty much are the texture of magazine pages, but thicker. That's the texture of the original book page, you know, before I've painted it. So yeah, just to give you a kind of idea, basically, think magazine pages, but thicker. And that's how they are. There we go. Okay. Like that. Right, so here I've obviously now put that a little bit tall, so that's going to be a little bit problematic, but again, I'm going to just cover that up with something. So, you know, we could maybe even have like the butterfly on there or something like that. So just going to pop that, I think, on there. Yeah, really beautiful, very, very pretty. So I haven't quite decided on this lace. So I know I said, oh, you know, if you don't kind of make up your mind straight away, it's probably not the right lace. So that's what I'm thinking. This is probably not the right lace either. Not that I'm sure what would be the right lace, if I'm truthful. Just kind of having a hunt around and seeing whether I've got anything else, you know, laying around. I can't see anything right now, which is quite annoying, because normally I do have pink lace, which is really great, and that would be perfect for this. Let me just see whether I've got some in here. Hold on, I'm sorry about the rustling. Okay, yeah, a little bit of rustling going on there, so I do apologise. Right, I'm just over the other side of my craft room, still hunting for some of the pink lace. Oh, this is so annoying. Oh no, what have I done with it? Oh, very, very irritating. Right, I do have some here. Hang on a moment. Right. I'm very hot now. Okay. Right, okay, I have got some. Now, I'm not even sure that this pink is going to be right. So after all that, I might have, you know, might have pulled it in needlessly. But I've also found some flower trims there. So, oh, they're not right either. But, oh, it's going to be one of them videos, obviously. One of those videos. Right, there we go. So, yeah, I mean, I think that looks better than the white. I don't know about you guys. You maybe are thinking, oh, I'm not sure about that. Because, I mean, it is pink against this green. And, of course, it's not the same shade of pink as this hot pink. It's a pale pink. So, I've got quite a few different shades going on here. Which, you know, you may or may not enjoy seeing put together. I think they look quite pretty. But, you know, I am a fan of colour. So, for me, you know, they look really gorgeous together. Right, so I've got my butterfly here. So we could have the butterfly popped onto there. And then here, just got these flowers. Okay. Let's just try that there. Oh, I'm not sure about that. Okay. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous does this look? So I'm just going to pop this topper piece down onto the envelope. Okay. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous does this look? Honestly, I love these toppers, and this one's probably one of my favourite ones. I'm just going to bring it up. Isn't that just so gorgeous? I just absolutely love it. So yeah, I've got that one there. And then I think... Now, this butterfly, I just need to check I'm putting it on the right way. So we could maybe have it there, and I'm thinking this flower here. Now, I don't know what I've done with that green butterfly now. which was the first one that I had been planning on using. What have I done with it? Oh dear. Aha, right, it's over here. So we'll just see if we wanted to have the green one anywhere. I mean, what we could do is have like the green one up there, pink one down here. I mean, to be honest, I don't know really as it needs to. I think the pink one is really nice, to be honest. So yeah, I'm going to go for the pink one. Now I'm just going to glue it down with my hot glue straight down the middle. Pop that on like that. Oh gosh, like that. And then I'm just going to put this little flower down here like that. Okay. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous does this look? Now I'm going to put, I think, a line of bling in the butterfly. So where we've kind of separated the butterfly, and it obviously originally had the pearls, I'm going to now put some bling instead. So just take four lines of Diamantes there and pop that down like that. So yeah, oh my goodness, fiddly. Okay, like that. How gorgeous does that look? Absolutely love it. Now, obviously, we've got the back, so we could now kind of decorate the back with similar things. So I'm just having a look through my stuff here. Now, what have I done with my papers? Oh, what have I done with my papers? Now, I had some background papers that were similar, you know, taken from the topper packs. Now I can't see them. Right, here we go. So I'm just going to quickly have a look through these and just see if I've got some with the greens that would go. So I'm just having a quick look through, and these are, you know, lots that I've been printing whilst I was trying to get it right. So I've got a bit of a mixture going on here. But I've got this one. Isn't that gorgeous? So again, turning it over. Oh, this is the shoes. What a wally. See, I just thought we were still doing the shoes. No, we switched over and we were no longer doing the shoes. We were doing the birds. I mean, to be honest, not that it matters, because like I said, they actually overlap pretty nicely between the shoes and the birds. You know, I think they're pretty good at coordinating all of them. So yeah, let's have a quick look. Right. Oh my goodness. Aren't they just loveliest papers? I really do love these ones. Right, okay. They're very girly. Both sets are very girly. The, you know, the shoes and the vintage ones, they're both very, very girly. But yeah. Right, now, which ones do we want? Oh, I'm thinking maybe this. Yeah. So I think what I'll do is just tear a little portion from this paper. So we'll just take that like that. Now I probably will get rid of quite a bit of this. So yeah, we could take this. Now I'm just going to take it and make it smaller now. So like that, okay. Just tear, cut this down like that. Okay. So what we could do is have it there, and then of course we could put another topper piece or something in to there. So I've got these ones. Oh no. Now I have also got these where you can print these bigger, and now I'm not sure whether I actually did print any bigger. No, maybe I didn't. I'm so sorry if you can hear the dog crying. It's because my son's outside. He's obviously just pulled up and she's now crying and wanting him to come in. Oh, here we go. Right, okay. So yeah, we've got obviously these few. So shall we take this one? We'll just take this one because it's similar-ish colours. So, oh no, that's going to be too big. Yeah, that's too big, so I won't be using that. Right. Okay, let's use one of the shoes, I think. So I'm just going to take the shoe, cut it out. Okay, like that. Absolutely love, 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 love these green shoes. They're so gorgeous, aren't they? So please excuse the stuff on the back. Obviously this was, you know, something else that I had been using and printing and things beforehand. So, right, let's just take that. Okay. Right. Like that. Okie dokie. Right. So that's that one. Okay. Right. So this green shoe. Now, that looks gorgeous, but obviously I feel like that needs to now sit in something or sit on something. So just need to now decide what to put it on or put it in, so it's going to kind of show up a little bit more. So we could use, of course, one of the frames, but oh no, sideways on, but no, it still doesn't fit. Okay, we could use one of these. So just see how that would look. Oh, that would look quite pretty, wouldn't it? Yep, these would all look quite pretty actually. So we could have this one, which is sort of matching because it's got the bird. I'm going to try and cover the bird up, however. But we'd then have just a little bit of the florals and things like that poking out, which would then, you know, keep the continuity going between the two sides of the envelope, which I just always really like to do that. It's something to do with my whole matchy-matchy, you know, obsession. And yeah, no matter how hard I try, I can't just shift from having to be matchy-matchy. So just take this one, cut this one down. Oh my goodness, it's got so muggy today. And I know I say this all the time, but yeah, I film ahead. So anyone watching this in the UK and thinking, what's she talking about? It's because I've filmed ahead. So I'm filming this in the summer. It could be months before this goes up. But at this point, here in the UK, it's really muggy. So yeah, just quickly nipped out and took the dog for a walk for just 20 minutes. And it's left me feeling really hot. Really hot. So yeah, very, very warm out there. Okay, so we could have it like that, and that looks really good, I think. So all I'm going to do is just take this down slightly more, and I might even just tear it down here so it's all torn, if you see what I mean, like that, because I just think that looks slightly better without the straight edges. So just quickly ink this up just a little bit. Okay, and then we'll just glue this one down. Okey-dokey. So yeah, this one. Honestly, it's almost a shame to actually cover this painted envelope up because it's so pretty. You know, I love how it turned out. I'm going to have to definitely do some more painted pieces, and maybe in similar shades. I love the combination of the blue and the green together. And honestly, like I said, those what do you call them, you know, painted book pages, they feel so beautiful. I mean, they are, honestly, they're just like the painted magazine pages, which I know I've gone on about so many times, you know, over the years. But yeah, they are just lovely. So yeah, I might have to do some more, just because if nothing else, I love the feel of them, you know. And actually now I've made them into envelopes, they seem to feel even more squishy and gorgeous. So yeah, absolutely love them, love them, love them. Right, so that's that piece. Now the shoe, I'm just going to ink very lightly on the edges, just, you know, to disguise any of my shoddy cutting. And then I'm going to use my hot glue. And I know I say this all the time as well, but I use the hot glue partly because if you put it on quite thick and then you don't press it down too hard, it gives a little bit of a 3D effect. So if I just turn this up, well, I mean, it's very hard to see on camera, to be honest, but it just makes it seem like it's kind of raised slightly to the other elements on the envelope. So, you know, that's kind of a really nice way to, you know, to give it a 3D effect. And, you know, when I say 3D, I'm not talking like 3D like the foam dots, of course not. But just a little bit, you know, so it's got some added interest, really. So then on here, I'm just going to put the pink lace that we had on the other side, just a little bit of pink lace here, and running down on the, you know, down the edge like that. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous does that look? And then we'll just snip that down like that. Just cut it obviously from this side now. Oh my goodness, come on. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right. Take that down like that. How gorgeous does that look? So yeah, we've got the butterfly and things on this side. So what I want to do is just add a couple more elements for the continuity. So maybe in the form of a butterfly, and also then another one of those gorgeous flowers that we had on the other side. Just add maybe one or two of those, which then just ties the back and the front in just perfectly together. So pop that butterfly on there. Okay. And then this flower, just pop that down there. And then that's just brought the two sides perfectly together, which, you know, I don't that often necessarily even decorate both sides of an envelope, because often I think, you know, well, they're going to be glued down. So, you know, you don't need to decorate both sides. Decide which side you're going to be using and then only decorate the side you're not going to use. But because this one I'm thinking, you know, maybe have as a pull in, pull out journal piece, then decorating both sides seemed like, you know, the best way to do it. So there we go. Oops. Not sure whether I've glued that end. So just pop a little dab of glue under there. There we go. Right, there we go. How gorgeous is that? What a pretty envelope. Love it. Right, so that's one. Oh my goodness, that seemed to take forever to decorate that one, didn't it? So, right, let's try and be a little bit quicker with our next one. So let's pull in. Now, should we do the pink one or shall we do this one? Oh, already I'm now dragging my feet and, you know, pondering about thinking which one shall I use. So yeah, I should really just get on. Now, should we do one that's sideways on here? So I'm thinking we could probably use one of these, which of course, you know, we didn't use in the last one because we said it was too big. But I'm thinking if we had this envelope sideways rather than a landscape type envelope, we have it portrait instead, then of course we could use this. So, and like I say, these are from the toppers and you do get different sizes. So you get a couple of pages with the 4 larger images, and then you do get obviously a couple of pages of the smaller images, plus of course the background pages. So you know, you've got versatility there. And to be honest, it's only because obviously these envelopes are not tall enough that, of course, this doesn't fit. If this was, you know, maybe, I don't know, a belly band or, you know, an upright pocket, this larger image probably would fit. So, yeah. But I'm thinking we could have this like this way on. So then we'd have the envelope opening like that way instead. So what do we think to that? I think that would work quite nicely. Right, now, let's just check. So we've got that. So these are some of the smaller ones. And actually, these might be really small. I may have printed these, I think, 2 to a page. So they're even smaller than the, you know, the regular size, if that makes sense. So, yeah, they're smaller still. But they're still going to work just as well. So I'm thinking like this. And then have this one on here. And to be honest, you could probably even put a magnet under there. So let me just get my little magnets. Okay, so yeah, you could probably have a magnet here and a magnet there. Let's just see. Oh, I don't think they're going to stick. Oh, I don't know whether these magnets have actually lost their strength, which sounds a ridiculous thing to say, but they don't appear to be as strong as they seemed at first. So, yeah. Well, how weird is that? Right, let's just check. So, if it went that way, like that. Right, so that's that one. Let me just try putting this over. Oh, it's not got the strength to go on there, would you believe? So what I will have to do is have this magnet under here. I mean, that doesn't really bother me, to be honest. But yeah, I guess it's just something to keep in mind. So, right, let me check again that these are the right way they should be. Okay, right. So, yeah. I haven't used magnets for ages, so even thinking of what's the right way to use them is a bit of a struggle for me. But okay, so these are adhesive, you know, backed magnets. However, like with stickers, I often don't really trust the adhesive to actually keep them stuck down. So I like to add a bit of glue just as an added, you know, safety precaution. So pop that like that. Then you know you've got it in the right place where you'd like it. Take my sticky back off of the other magnet and then pop it down here. Whoops. Obviously it is moving slightly because that glue's wet, but pop that down like that. And then you've got your magnets exactly where they need to be. So that's that. Now my topper is going to go on here like that. So, I mean, that just looks so gorgeous, doesn't it? So pretty. So, yeah, I think what I'm going to do is, yeah, probably glue this down here. Now, I'm going to try and avoid roughly where the magnet is. So, I'm just going to hot glue this. Now, I'm just hot gluing this because this is going to have a lump where the magnet is. And so I don't want to have a situation where the glue is not really sticking down, if that makes sense. I want it to just be glued on instantly. So that just seemed like the quickest and easiest way to do it. Oh no, now my magnet's still not strong enough. Oh, would you believe it? They are like the wimpiest magnets ever. What is going on? I don't know what's going on with them, to be honest. They are not very strong at all. Right, so failing that, I've got these ones, which are, these are the ones that Artie Mays uses. And I've actually seen Artie Mays talking about these ones. So yeah, I bought myself some of these ages ago. Oh my goodness, as you can see, super powerful these now. So I'm going to take this off. Oh gosh, now I'm going to rip the paper probably. Okay. Oh, not doing well here. Right. So this is now turning into a how not to video. So I'm just going to have that there. Now, the only thing is with these magnets, they are quite bulky. So, you know, it's something to bear in mind that if you're using these ones, they're a lot bulkier. Now, I have even magnetised that with this flatter magnet underneath. And still you can see that's a huge, you know, sticking out kind of piece. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do that. No, I'm not going to be able to do that because it's still not sticking, would you believe? So, okay, right. We are now really bodging everything here. I'm going to peel this out. Oh my goodness. Definitely a how not to video. Right, put those magnets to one side. Oh, I can't believe this. Right, get my other magnets. Okay, well, we definitely know that's pretty strong, isn't it? Look, it's even pulled it off the page. Right. Okay, So, oh my goodness. Come on, come on. Right, we're going to glue this one down now. I'm just going to use my tacky glue now. Oh, this is going to be really tricky now to get it in the right place. So I'm going to glue my paper back down like that. Okay. Now, as you can see, I've got a very big lump there from that magnet. I mean, I really need to research again some more magnets, some that are not so bulky, but some that are super strong. Like I say, I mean, I saw Andrea from Artie Mays use these, but they are very bulky. If you have a look at that, look how far that's sticking out. I don't know. I mean, I'm not over keen on it being that bulky, but you know, it is what it is. So I'm just going to check whether this would actually glue down to there. No, it doesn't. So my original magnets that I had seem like they're not really sticking at all, to be honest. So they are absolutely rubbish. I feel like they've honestly lost stick. I mean, I don't think that happens with magnets, but I feel like that has happened in this particular instance. Okay, right, so I'm sticking this down. Okay. Right, we are going to have our pink lace. So lucky I dug this out because we're now using it again. We're going to just have that running straight down that lovely edge there. So just going to, oops, glue that with the Anita's tacky glue. I probably should be using Fabri-Tac, but I'm just going to use this because it's here within grabbing distance. Okay. So like that, just going to cut that down. Okay, right. Like that. So that looks good. Now, this is another one of the topper pieces, which I'm thinking, could we use that as a, you know, flap? Oh my goodness, look at that. That's just coming off again. That's really annoying, isn't it? I'm not having much luck with the magnets. Like I say, I've not used them for a long time, magnets, and yeah, I don't seem to be having much success with them today. But it's probably, you know, just probably I'm out of practice. I'm sure it's just user error. Okay, right. So we're just going to pop that one down there, like that. Okay. Now, I'm going to do this as a single-sided envelope, so I'm not going to decorate the back, partly because if you look at the back, what a mess I have made of my stitching. That's where my thread kept on breaking. But also because of the magnet situation, I don't want to, you know, cause more problems for my magnet by then turning it over, decorating the back. So I'm just going to leave it as a single-side envelope, and therefore just going to focus all of my decorating onto this one side. And of course now I've used all of my big smaller butterflies, and I'm just now left with the big ones, which are looking ginormous, aren't they, for this? So let me just have a look and see, because I had that other one which I said was lilac but looked white. So what did I do with that? Oh, yeah. Right, so yeah, let's try and incorporate this. Now this is really annoying me, this magnet, so let's try and hold it down like that. Okay, right, we've got tiny butterfly there, and then we've got this one. So exactly the same, I've just taken the centre out, you know, the centre pearl, like that, and then we just cut the background mesh off. I mean, that background mesh, that's just what holds them together to form a sort of, you know, roll of them, or a, you know, line of them. So yeah, I mean, that looks quite pretty, doesn't it? And then flowers, just seeing whether we would like those or whether we could use these ones. I think these. So, and I do have these flower trims on my shop, on my shabbydabbydoodah.co.uk website. I don't know whether they're still in stock, but they definitely, you know, I have had them in there. So, right, let's put this one down. that. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous does that look? And then in the butterfly, I'm just going to see whether we could use one in the center of the butterfly. Or do we want to have like the butterflies separate so as we've actually achieved 2 butterflies, which is also quite nice, isn't it? You know, it's nice to be able to add extra pieces, really. What do we think? What do we think? Now, I've also got these blue flowers, which, yeah, randomly they just caught my eye, and I thought, oh, should I just try a blue on there? No, that just looks weird, doesn't it? Okay, let's have the butterfly on there. So, like that. Okie dokie. Oops. And then this one, I'm going to just see how this looks layered up with the flower. Oh, that does look pretty, doesn't it? So, yeah, let's just pop that down there, like that. Okay, and then the flower, just check I'm putting it the right way up, yeah. So, like that. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous is this looking? And then just one more flower. Do we want this like up here or something? Oh, I don't know now, and I can't ever see which is the right way and the wrong way to glue this down. I know that sounds pathetic, but yeah, I can never work out which is the right way and the wrong way. It's really weird. Really weird. Right. Do we want that over there or up here? Maybe there. Oh my goodness, what is going on with me? I'm sure I've probably glued that the wrong way up now, because I seem to every time I do it. Right. And then I'm just going to ink the envelope just a little bit. So yeah, just a little bit around the actual, you know, right round the edges, like that. Now, do we want any bling on this? That's what I'm wondering, because we haven't got any. So did we want any? Oh, that magnet's still not glued down, would you believe? Come on, come on. That's really infuriating. Right, let me just see if I can glue it on with the fabric tack. Do you know, I think I do remember this being an issue before. What it is the magnets are so strong that, you know, until the glue is completely dry, the magnet just pulls it back off, you know, away from the glue. So yeah, just something to kind of be aware of, really, depending on the strength of your magnets. Right, okay. Okay, so we'll probably leave it there because I seem to have taken all day about just doing those 2 envelopes. So let's just review the 2 that we have managed to do, which is abysmal, isn't it, in all this time that I've only managed to do 2. But they are very lovely. So yeah, despite the fact only doing 2, I do really, really love them. So like I said, this one I have left plain on the back because I would just glue this down on a journal page and use it as a side loading pocket. This one I've decorated both sides because of course I would have it now as a, you know, pull out piece actually in a journal. But oh my goodness, I wish that this were tactile vision. I don't know if there's such term as that, but tactile vision, because I would love you to be able to feel how gorgeous these feel. They're all squishy and just lovely. So yeah, I could sit and just kind of play with these all afternoon. But yeah, I hope you like them, and thank you so much for watching. Have fun if you decide to paint some of your own little book pages and make some bits and bobs. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I see you guys in the next video. Thanks then. Bye.